Hello and welcome to F1 Manager 2024. So I did create a team. I picked up Valtteri Bottas and Oscar Piastri. I was gonna do like the hardest start, but I couldn't grab Valtteri, so I did the second hardest start. I, I want to actually build a team up instead of just, you know, having a gimme or whatever. The first one of these I've ever played was F1 Manager 2023. It was on Game Pass. The first team I started with was Red Bull, and that was so easy that I couldn't really learn anything, figure anything out. It's actually what got me into watching F1 racing, because you kind of are able to learn what you're doing and everything. So this is the first race of the season. As you can see with Valtteri's compound at 92, I accidentally used like all my softs, unfortunately, for the practice and the qualifying. Like I said, I'm really kind of learning. I thought I'd be getting more, after sending tires back to Pirelli or whatever. Anyways, yeah, the qualifying actually went pretty well. I was surprised, especially as being like a brand new team. Valtteri was 7th and Piastri got 5th for qualifying. So, starting out in a good position. Yeah, so F1 Manager 2023 was on Game Pass. So that was the first F1 game that I ever actually played and really learned anything about F1. Like I said, I first tried out with Red Bull, and I found that really easy to win. So then I picked like the worst team, which in that game it was Alfa Romeo. And like as it had a storied history, and I was like, yeah, let me do this one, and bring him back to glory or whatever. And the drivers were Valtteri Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou. So that's kind of how I started, like, oh, Valtteri's pretty cool. I started seeing him on different things. And also the fact that he was Finnish, and that's when I started getting into My Summer Cars. So it was like a fun little, coincidence thing that often happens with me. But yeah, so I figured, I don't know, I'd make a video of the first race of the season, and I'll stop talking so then we can do the thing.
You're witnessing a new chapter in Formula One as 11 teams line up on the grid. And it's always an entertaining race when Yuki Tsunoda is involved.
They sit in 17th, and let's be honest, no one wants to be at the back of the pack. But can they impress us here?
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. This is it. 22 cars on the grid. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Yeah, it's kind of funny they point out Yuki because he actually does really amazing in this race. He's like driver of the day, I bet, if they had that in this game. So yeah, I'd say anybody that doesn't know this game. Oh right, yeah. There's a big crash right here. I kind of feel a little bad because it's the two Kick Sauber teammates and that Theo Poucher or whatever his name is just wrecks Joe's vehicle. And he wouldn't be there if I didn't grab Valtteri. Anyways, but yeah, so with this game, like, there's, designing your components and stuff for your car. I never speed up the races. The qualifying and the practice is usually sped up as fast as I can when I don't need it slowed down. But when it's the actual race, I'm like babysitting the entire time, tweaking little things here and there, you know. Um, like the ERS, if I do push that up,
Right, here's the action at
oh yeah,
10-10.
and then
The opportunity's there.
Perez got past Piastri. It happens. I mean, it's Perez, it's Checo, you know. What are you gonna do?
Fifth place after that.
But yeah, so like the ERS, and I don't know how smart of an idea it is, but if I do have them push the ERS, when it gets to like 50% is usually when I'll put it back to neutral ERS. And that seems to still kind of slowly build up energy in the little ERS system. Piastri, I kept having him push his tires, and I don't know. I mean, he must be like amazing at tire conservation because like it barely would still go below the line, even when I had him pushing as hard as possible on those tires. So that was pretty good. Fuel is another thing. It's it says that it has enough fuel for the whole race, um, but like right now it's at plus zero point 0.1 kilograms, and during the race it keeps kind of going up. And so I'll usually have them push the fuel until it's like minus 1.5 or around there, maybe a little bit more. Um, and then like in the beginning of the race, and then during the race, they will pretty much start to, I don't know, the fuel will start to go back up to 0 kilograms. Because you don't want to be under fueled by the end of the race, because you might not finish the race. They don't refuel the cars during pit stops. It's just tires and like if like Joe probably had to replace his front wing. Like I thought when I first was watching it, I thought like he lost a tire, but I'm pretty sure he was still driving by the end of the race. But I could be wrong. He might have actually lost a tire. But I mean, I figure if he would have lost a tire, there would have been a safety car, and there wasn't a safety car at all during the race. Anyways, yeah, they included or added driver mentality, and so I started playing after they've tweaked it, so it's not as damaging as it once was. Apparently, when the first game first came out, it was it would be I forget how they said it, but it added what was it like too much, or it affected things more than it should have or whatever. Um, so you know, like I would look at the driver's mentality, but it seemed to stay pretty like medium high. There was a point where Piastri was low, but you know, I mean they're doing their job, so it's all good, you know. Like I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect as much. I mean, it might increase your lap time if they got better mentality or something. But you know, I just
Less of a lift.
don't really worry about that and just kind of slug away at worrying about the tire degradation, the fuel load, and the ERS.
Just keep it head.
Like right now, you can see it started out at 0.1 kilograms over, and now they're at 0.2, and it's only the fourth lap. So, like I was saying, there's some leeway with using fuel. I usually have them push it for a while. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to be editing this up because it's like over an hour and 45 minutes long, I think, the race. So probably I will most likely just be cutting to the different pit stops There wasn't anything like too spectacular. I mean, Piastri and Bottas, they did pretty well. They got pretty good. I did screw up Bottas's uh, um, tire strategy by having the no softs that were unused. Like the one that he started with at like 93 or 94% was the best soft tires that I had because I'm a putz. But you know, it was the first race of the season, so it's good to learn that now. As far as how many softs I have, and I really shouldn't have been using so many softs during practice. But the way that I do practice is I do 30 laps because that gives them enough time to
Trying.
what do you call that? To see how the setup is and how much they like it or not. So then that way, as soon as they tell me, oh yeah, here's my feelings on the setup, then I can just bring them in, usually before that 30th lap, um, into the pits, and then get everything situated, and then send them back out. Um, and try to just get it zeroed in as much as possible. I know there's like people I think that like can usually get 100% for their setup, but I can never actually do that. So I just get it as good as I can and try to get them as acclimated to the track as possible. I would like them to be at 100%. But yeah, you know, it's a learning process. But yeah, I mean this. I don't know. It's a fun game, and especially like the fact that you know there's like I designed my livery with the dragon on the side. Um, you can also you place like the sponsor stickers, or you can adjust them really. And I readjusted after this race because as you can see, like the one on the side pod is not uh, it's not good. It's you can't really see it well, and there were other ones that were kind of messed up, and I don't know. I'm neurotic about that or something. I think. Anyways, yeah. So, um, yeah. I don't know. I enjoy the game myself personally. I find it to be a fun game.
Come on, mate. So anything could happen.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump from here to Piastri's first pit stop because he's the first one to pit, which is a little odd since he's on medium and Bottas is on soft. But Bottas has a one-stop strategy, and Piastri's got a three-stop or two-stop strategy, going from medium, and then to hard. I don't know. It might just be a messed up strategy just because. You know, I used so many soft tires that there probably wasn't much options to go with. I don't know. Anyways, um, I'm going to cut to that after a brief word from our sponsors.
These idiots just slammed on the brake, check wing damage.
Okay, and we're back. Bottas and Piastri kind of kept switching places. Perez pitted pretty early, and so they were to get fifth and sixth place, and then Leclerc just got done pitting, who was in first. So now they're fourth and fifth. But you can see Leclerc is like right there because he's fast as hell. So yeah, Oscar is pitting right now. And I mean, you know, I feel like the pit crew's doing okay. Uh, you know, they're no 15-minute pit stop kick Sauber deal. Um, like this one was like 2.7, which isn't. I don't know, I feel like that's not bad. You know. Um, and yeah, so I'm assuming maybe Verstappen pitted too, because Bottas is in fourth above Verstappen. Leclerc, of course, passed him because Leclerc, like I said, is like really fast this race. Um,
Just try to work the tyres as
Piastri came out in 8th place,
the gap 3.1.
which is, you know, is good.
Fernando.
He didn't like lose a bunch of places. Pretty sure that he fights his way back up. But yeah, with Bottas 4th place, I was happy with that. I mean, yeah, he hasn't pitted yet, and his tires. I had to put him on the lowest pace with the tires because, you know, it's you make one bad decision with the tires, and then you have to keep trying to, you know, make the right decision, and hopefully it's not more bad decisions. And then I think Alonso just got past Piastri. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think Stroll also gets past Piastri for a little bit. But like I said, Piastri, you know, he starts to fight his way back up. And then with Bottas too, I eventually kind of like pitted him a little early. Still within the window, but you know, it's just it wasn't the best race for Bottas. You know, my fault. It was my fault. But he's in 3rd place. So that's cool. I mean, Carlos, I think, just pitted.
Russell now the car
Um,
behind.
And then I'm sure Norris still needs to pit. But yeah, I was happy. Yeah, there goes Stroll overtaking Piastri. Anyways, I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to pick up Oscar Piastri as my second driver, because you know the fact that that way I'm able to benefit from McLaren's genetic testing lab division and human cloning. Because obviously, Piastri is, you know, a human clone of top racers from all over the world, which is how he's able to have every race be a home race. And he gets that home field advantage. Except for Monaco. For that one, he had to be adopted by Charles Leclerc. Which, so, you know, it worked out still. He was able to pull that off. And obviously, you know, Lando Norris is a genetic splicing of Lando Calrissian and Chuck Norris. And I mean, that's, you know, the fact that they were able to fit 2 powerhouses into one human is mind-boggling. They're doing great things over at McLaren. I mean, you know, I mean, just look at them lately. I mean, obviously.
So box. Drop it box. Okay, so it's closing up a little bit.
Here's the replay replay. Now there's the car of Piastri. It's certainly inviting. And Oscar Piastri climbs higher.
So yeah, Bottas was able to get up to third place. I mean, I understand that, you know, it only matters at what you finish at, but still, I mean, for a new team, create a team that's like the second worst that you can start with, I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, I guess kind of maybe stacking the deck, the fact that I grabbed Bottas and Piastri, it's, you know, they're gonna do good. So, as long as they have a car that actually functions properly. So yeah, Bottas pits, and this is actually a faster one of the 3 pits for this race. 2.59.
Currently P11.
It's pretty good, I feel like, but what do I know? But he does get down to 11th.
Tsunoda car behind.
But I'm pretty sure he fights his way back up to like 7 or 8. Because, yeah, I mean, the race isn't even halfway done yet. Close to halfway, I guess, but, you know. And I guess I should cut until Piastri's next pit stop. So we'll go to another sponsor, and then we'll be right back.
Oh, Felipe. Felipe.
And more boxes lap. Boxes lap. Box.
Okay, so Piastri was able to fight back up to 5th position, and Bottas back into 6th. So yeah, it's pretty good from being down. Like Bottas actually was, I think, down to 11th at one point, and then he, you know, fought his way back up like he does when he's got a good car. Alright, so yeah, Piastri is about to pit for his second and final time this race. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I should just cut to like the end of the race. I'm figuring I'm probably going to try to just like live stream the game, because trying to edit
Oh, it
a
looks like
race,
a pit stop issue.
you know, I'm no editor,
Sauber team there,
especially
standing by.
for a race organization like F1.
Real right
So
will go on.
trying to figure out like, oh, these are good things. Oh, here's the guy that messed up Joe's car, and his yeah, a little bit of a problem in the pits. Better him than Bottas. Okay. Yeah, so pit stop goes fine. I think I'll just cut near the end. I don't have any more weird, goofy things
Let's see what happened there.
to put on here,
Now we're
so
approaching turn
it'll just be
2.
a straight cut.
Can they squeeze by? And the overtake is made.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks like Piastri is going to finish 5th place, which, I mean, that's his qualifying. He didn't actually gain any places, so, you know, I'm sure I screwed up there again. And then Bottas looks like he's going to finish 8th. I had to put him back down to conserve his tires a little bit again. I'm thinking maybe I pitted too early. I may have had him push slightly the tires. And if I did, it would have been too much. So yeah, Bottas lost a place from qualifying. Again, that's on me. But hey, Charles Leclerc got 1st place in the I think it's Azerbaijan race. So you know, good for him. Cool guy.
Thank you.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of these guys seem pretty cool, so you know, good for all of them. Sorry, Bottas.
Checkered flag now.
My bad. But like I said, it's my first race, especially with this,
Challenging day. Good to
you
get some
know,
points.
2024
Thanks, guys. Good job.
F1 Manager game.
So you'll be coming into the pit lane.
Also, it's not showing it right now, but like I after I pushed them to their fuel to like negative 1.5 or 1.6 around there. By the end of the race, they were at even. So I feel like that was some good fuel management, at least. Could have been better with the tire management, I guess, or not using all the softs
That's
during
Oscar
practice
Piastri
like a
after what was a
magoo.
very exciting Grand Prix.
But you know,
A 5th place finish
you live and you
ensures they're
learn.
taking away a fair few points from this one.
And the Monegasque driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive today.
And that's win number 1 of the season. And it's sure to provide them with a real confidence boost.
And we've certainly kicked things off in style here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.